Now we're taking a look at another really mysterious recording, which was captured by a man at a gathering that took place at a friend's apartment. Foolishly, the group decided to take part in a Ouija board session, and a few moments after, the following recording was captured. Nobody had any idea who this was, as the group of friends were all situated in the living room, which is why they believe that this was actually a spirit or a demon of some sorts. Maybe they opened a door and invited this thing in. Wouldn't be the first time after all that something like that happened, right?
Nightmare Paranormal were documenting a specific case. The family who were filming it states that the man is haunting their adopted daughter. She hears him and sees him all of the time. There's also a spirit of a child. The hauntings are now affecting the parents. The mom can now hear the spirit respond to questions they ask. The dad hears the voices of his wife and daughter when they are not home. Somehow, it's a case of mimicking. A demonic presence will do that. So this is pretty terrifying, isn't it? Let's take a look at their capture. It almost appears that something small is walking by the doorway. Can we be sure? Of course not. Is it maybe just an artifact of the camera? Hard to say, but with all that history, who knows, maybe it is something from another realm.
The following update was recommended by LLSG. And it is revolving around user WinMCPix, who's documenting the haunting of his house for several years now. Lately, the family couldn't only hear terrible noises ever so often, but also they started seeing a strange shadow being, which had the eerie statue of a child, and they even seemed to capture it on camera ever so often.
Hello? Ever since our cat passed away, things have kind of been picking up. I'm not going back there. Hello? Damn it. Who are you? Get the... Jeez. Dude. Stop.
Did you hear that? Take another listen.
Dude.
But the activity didn't stop there today.
Yes? Hello? What is that? Who are you? I'm not gonna hurt you. Leave my lights alone. So, I don't know if you're going to see what I'm seeing, but this is on repeat. This happens over and over, and then the knocking happens. the knocking. There it is. And it just goes and goes until you tell it to stop. Can you stop, please? I mean, it's just right there. That's new. Okay. Whatever you are, you gotta go. And that's... Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Goodbye.
Some people were speculating that this ghost could perhaps be stuck in a never-ending loop. But after the following encounter, I think this theory is out of the window, since the ghost seems to be moving freely in Wynn's house.
Go lie down. It's okay. Lie down. Stay. I've been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Hey buddy. I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out. Okay, I'm just gonna set it up with paper towels and we'll just let the phone roll. I asked you if you gotta go or you gotta go downstairs or something. Wherever you're gonna go, you gotta go. Calm down. He's okay. Please, not today. Just, holy cow. Little buddy.
It is believed that Wynn couldn't see this thing at the time, and that only the camera had picked it up. Could he be dealing with a trickster spirit that likes to play games? If you want to see more, make sure to check out his profile. Now we are following Banjo Paranormal on one of his latest paranormal adventures. Today he made his way to an abandoned bunker in the middle of a local forest. He has visited many creepy places before, but this particular one gave him the creeps, he states. He also mentions that he has visited 2 times in the past, and besides really unusual noises from several of the abandoned rooms, he had a really strange feeling in general in there. But so far, he had nothing to prove that this place was actually haunted, or that any kind of activity is taking place down there. As he's making it through the empty and derelict corridors of this place, he starts to feel a bit uneasy.
Like, you know, you just can't explain it by anything. By anything. But... No. Okay, that I saw it moving and I just completely. Okay, so yeah, I just can't explain.
After deciding that it's time to leave this place, Banjo captures something rather unusual at the end of the corridor, but it appears that the young man didn't even notice.
There. I have to go for my stuff, so...
It looks to be a dark shadow is peering into the picture, but how's that possible? Given that the old ruins were empty at the time. At least this is what Banjo concludes after doing a complete walkthrough at first. Was there perhaps another visitor? It's really hard to make out any features on that thing. So, is it safe to assume that Banyo captured something paranormal here? It should be noted that it was his first and only capture of this thing down there. We'll keep our eyes open for any updates regarding his visit. The next video was forwarded by Mania Trent, and it is said that in the following clip, a security camera in the Broadway Palace apartment complex in Los Angeles might have caught an actual ghost. User Pooperness has shared the following video. Apparently the user, who works as a security officer, noticed something really strange on one of the lower security cameras. In his own words, he tries to explain what he saw that night. I recorded this from the CCTV at my job, and they fired me for it. I usually don't believe in ghosts, but this video is creepy. I recorded it around midnight on March 12th. It does look a bit strange, doesn't it? Of course you never know if it wasn't an insect or something, but many people commented on the fact that this ghost boy, or whatever it was, seemed to be walking towards the corner and then just vanished, which is really strange, wouldn't you agree? Are we looking at a paranormal incident here, or what was going on that night?
The following video was captured by Iron City Paranormal during an investigation in the supposedly haunted North Country Brewing Pub in Slippery Rock, PA. They had set up several trail cameras this night in different corners of the old pub. Those cameras record for 11 seconds whenever they detect motion, the uploader states. Apparently, in this short clip, we can see something opening the door in the background. The team is certain that it wasn't any of their members opening the door, but are we maybe seeing a head here? I mean, how else could we explain this phenomenon? Pretty mysterious. The following video stems from the early 2000s and was recorded by a young man who swears to have moved into a pretty haunted apartment complex. He noticed strange noises in the midst of night and heard how several of his moving boxes were moved around right above his bedroom in the attic. But not only that, the cries of a woman could be heard ever so often, and that frightened him so much that he basically could not sleep without a nightlight anymore. Tonight the activity started up again, and he decided to document it this time. He placed his camcorder in the attic for a little bit, in the hopes to see what was going on. Of course, several items were being thrown to the ground, and after a little bit, he returned upstairs to pick up his camera again. But then, something seemed to close the attic door right behind him.
after seeing something terrifying at the end of the attic, he can force the stairs back open and makes for a quick escape, and it would appear that he captured this creepy looking face once again. Is it safe to assume that this is the visage of the spirit that might be bound to this apartment complex? The man speculated that maybe even rituals had been held in there, causing this mischievous activity and the scare of his life. Whatever the answer, it's quite the nightmarish encounter. The following clip was recorded by the dashcam of Pedro, who was out this night to deliver some goods. His colleagues swear to have seen weird things on that particular stretch of road, and it would appear that Pedro himself could catch a glimpse of that. He noticed what appeared to be a pale woman sitting on the right side of the road. She doesn't look human at all, and I find that her fingers in particular are looking extremely creepy. Pedro saw this with his own eyes at the time and decided against stopping to see who this exactly was. But it is said that this might have been something otherworldly that was greeting this oncoming truck. Spooky. In this video, we are following the team of Mindsea TV into the supposedly haunted Wildwood Sanatorium, which is home to many ghost stories. The property owner is telling the team that many people see shadow figures in there, and that others are getting touched by those entities. Shortly after their arrival, they start the investigation after conducting a few interviews. They scout out the whole sanatorium, and it seems that the basement was the first area where something interesting was captured.
See what's going on with this. Whoa, you hear that?
What?
Whoa, you hear that?
What?
Whoa, you hear that?
What?
You could probably hear it on your audio.
Certainly creepy. They make it back upstairs and take a look into the many former patients' rooms.
Like it. You leave here with all sorts.
What the?
As I spin my flashlight, I see that there's like a plastic ball falling down a staircase in the room that's adjacent to us.
What the? The team believes that this might have been thrown by one of the younger spirits that is still residing in this old building. A wind breeze? Unlikely.
We have placed 4 static cameras throughout the house in just random various locations. Most of them we didn't see anything interesting on, but one of them, the one that we had aimed at the stairwell where the ball had initially fallen down, it captured some pretty interesting things.
And then one of the static CCTV cameras can capture this sinister face peeking out of the darkness. Could this be a former patient? Maybe something more evil that is still existing in the depths of the basement? Whatever the answer, It's very nightmarish, and it's worth watching the rest of this investigation for sure. The next video was recorded in Santiago, Chile, in the year 2012. It was recorded by a father who was filming a group of children singing for the local church choir. He wanted to record the memories on his cell phone. He stated that he was absolutely sure that nobody else was with him in his seat row at that time. His camera, however, recorded something really interesting. Transparent person is walking in front of the camera. Very odd indeed. The man showed the footage to the priest after, who believed this to be an angel perhaps, who was visiting that day. Could this be? Guess we will never know for sure. The next video we will be taking a look at comes to us from El Payaso de la Toledo. El Payaso is a channel that visits all sorts of the most haunted locations and often catches really interesting paranormal evidence. In the latest video, they are exploring an abandoned hotel building in Mexico. At this hotel, there was a fire a while ago that forced the business to shut down and left the building in ruins. Today, the team is going in hopes to connect with some of the spirits of past residents that they believe might still be lurking around the premises. Once the team reaches the hotel, they try and reach out to the spirits verbally.
Que se haya quedado atrapado aquí, le pedimos que se manifieste.
And this is where it seems the entities inhabiting the hotel decide to become more active.
¿Hay alguien aquí? Toda entidad, todo ser.
From outside, something terrifying can be seen walking through the doorframe. A small shadow, like that of a child, is spotted making its way quickly across the room. This is not the only paranormal activity that the investigators caught that night. Later on, the group spots another possible spirit in one of the buildings.
¡Háblanos!
The shadow moves past so quickly, it's hard to say, but I would say it looks to be the spirit of either a child or a woman dressed in white. Do you believe this is the same entity that the team caught earlier? Or someone else that remains to wander the old hotel? Truly paranormal, or perhaps just lights and shadows? The following is a recording that was uploaded by Griselle Luna on her YouTube channel. She's a self-proclaimed paranormal researcher who is invested in the field of the unexplainable for over 5 years at this point. She's traveling around to explore the craziest corners for any inexplicable activity. In this video though, she was talking about her own apartment, which is said to be haunted. An elderly lady supposedly died in there many years ago. She fell sick to an illness that slowly got the better of her. The lady was found several days after passing away. What a creepy thought, isn't it? Luna is telling us about a recording that she was doing one night after she heard some really strange noises in her apartment. She had just returned home from work at the time, and she started recording shortly after.
Si es el aire, si está abierta la ventana. A ver, vamos a ver. Digo, también aquí, mira, la ventana está cerrada, así que lo pueden ver. Voy a prender la luz. De hecho, también aquí se escuchan mucho los ruidos de los departamentos contiguos, sobre todo el de arriba. La ventana está cerrada y esto que está pasando no es normal. De verdad me siento muy nerviosa. ¡Efi! Ay, otra vez.
As Chriselle is walking through her apartment and still wonders about the origins of these noises, she also states that she felt cold spots all of a sudden, almost like a little breeze that is making it through her place. Unsettling, you might say. Only moments after, she captures something on her camera that could have been the reason for these unusual happenings. Take a good look now.
Efi, vámonos. Pero quería compartirlo con ustedes. Después quiero hacer un video para traer uno de los especialistas, alguien que me acompañe para ver qué es lo que hay aquí. Estamos siempre expuestos a cargar con este tipo de energías. Estoy escuchando ruidos ahí atrás.
Did you notice anything?
Efi. Después
It would appear that an apparition is walking out of the room in the back, towards the left side of the apartment. I couldn't come up with any explanation as of what this could be. What do you think? I actually don't believe that this was another person that was hiding in there. Was it a paranormal event? The spirit of the deceased lady, perhaps? Another interesting event happened as Chriselle was recording the intro for this video. There appeared to be a white mist on the right side of the screen. I thought at first it might have been caused by a candle or a humidifier. But Chriselle clarified later that no such thing was the case. So, what was it then? The following is a really interesting recording, which was shared by Mr. Diversifier. Apparently the person recording noticed something quite odd in the sky. He couldn't believe at first what he saw, but it was reason enough to get out his phone. Could he capture a mystical creature here? The uploader believes it to be an ancient dragon creature that was captured. Maybe from another realm that mysteriously was recorded on video that night. Of course, it could all just be some effects work, or maybe projection technology. What do you think? This video stems from Diane, the Canning Nana, and she shared it with the internet because apparently she caught something really terrifying one night. In general, she posts videos about cooking and traveling. She starts explaining in her description. So, totally unrelated to any content I have ever done. We found this today on our living room camera at 2 AM in the morning. Very clearly a woman. Even Noah, our cat, saw her. You can see his eyes near the end of the video. I'm sensitive to feeling spirits of family members. I've been saying for months I feel a spirit here I do not recognize. You tell me what you all think. To us it looks like an older woman with long hair. Whatever is roaming through the living room seems to be a pretty small statue. Do you see the shape of a lady? Whatever it might be, if it's not a member of the family, it must have been a terrifying discovery.
This young girl recorded a private video in which she displayed a choreography. After checking her recordings, she realized that something creepy ended up appearing in the background.
Mohammed has uploaded the following video, which turned out to be quite interesting. He works construction and states that he had seen quite a few strange things over the past years. The following night he was one of the only people preparing a new construction site close to an old mine, when he noticed something unusual in the distance. We can clearly see a terrifying shadow figure walking by. Mohammed states that this certainly wasn't a colleague of his, or a person related to the construction site in any way. He also mentions that this entity is not the only one appearing near the mine. They claim to have witnessed a floating woman that made horrifying crying noises. Pretty strange to say the least. I have no idea what's going on here. Perhaps it is a shadow being that was captured here. This chilling video was shared by a young woman named Poopa, who found herself home alone when something truly unsettling occurred. The footage begins innocently enough, with Poopa lounging on the couch. However, her tranquility is abruptly shattered as she becomes aware of a lurking presence within her own house.
Había una persona en mi casa que me estaba mirando.
¡Qué miedo que da! ¿Qué haces? Andate de mi casa. ¿Quién sos?
Glancing towards the dimly lit corner of the room, she started to see what appears to be an immobile figure standing eerily still. It becomes evident that someone is watching her intently. Initially taken aback, Poopa's fear gives way to nervous laughter as she assumes it must be a mischievous friend, or even her boyfriend playing a prank on her. The video then abruptly cuts off at a critical moment, leaving viewers to ponder the unsettling events that followed. What happened after this remains a mystery, as Poopa has refrained from delving into the details of that fateful night in the following videos. The next clip was uploaded by user from Paranormal and was actually taken during a Facebook Live that occurred at Holocomb Church in the UK. The group of investigators mainly focuses on live events where they visit haunted locations and take viewers around in real time. In this episode, the team was exploring the cemetery outside the church when something catches the group's attention.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
A white mist seems to appear out of nowhere and briefly takes the shape of a human before vanishing. The event happened so fast that it would have been easy to miss. Luckily, the group had cameras to capture the sighting. There's no way this could have just been fog, given the density and the speed that the mist appears and then is gone again. So what could this be? And why the vaguely human shape? This is a graveyard after all, so there might certainly be some spirits lingering around. Let me know what you guys think.